rolling through the sand like a thought in disguise. The scarab spins truth where the cosmos collide. Energy whispers, it never says goodbye. The Beatles crawl, the Beatles rise.
Go to AmericanHealer.website now. Get the tools for health and inspiration the way God intended.
Sort of burst the chaos, yet the chaos rise. My name Beatles, 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 over and over, spinning the world in the grip of their shoulders. Beatles, 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 under and over, rolling through time till the blackness is sober. The heat fades lower, the order begins. A stillness so perfect it hums from within. The void sings softly, entropy takes a bow. In the shadow of silence, the scarab knows how. The second law is dancing, feeding life through decay. The third law holds the promise that the stillness will stay. Beatles, 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 under and over, rolling through time till the blackness is sober.
Go to AmericanHealer.website now. Get the tools for health and inspiration the way God intended.
All right, yo, this is not even a full live. This is not even a live. I'm not even on the live right now. This is just an answer, right? I've been off my phones. I've been going through something, so I haven't been on the phone, right? But I went in the phone. Paul said, yo, charge up your phone, pick up your phone. So I found my phones, plugged up my phone so I could charge my phone up. Anyway, one of the bros, right? One of my lovely bros, you know, we kind of got into a little, you know what I mean? A little back and forth. And you would have lost your money, brother. You would have lost your money. Listen, you would have lost your money. Okay. I'm not going to explain I'm not going to tell y'all who the person is that time to time he pops into the chat. We have these conversations. I know, but you would have lost your money. And from what you were saying in the text message, that tells me you do not have this book. Right? If you had, matter of fact, let me put this in the title. Read the Trigonometry book. Let me see. Pages 75. And page 80. Pages 75 and page 80 would have ended the whole conversation. But honestly, sometimes I be forgetting where I put stuff at in these books. Respectfully. So, but you would have lost your money, right? So, without going too deep into detail, me and the brothers arguing about the books, right? And bro is basically saying these last, I don't know, these last XYZ books is my best books ever. Right? Which, listen, I respect. I appreciate. This is not, it's all up. But we argue back and forth because I'm like, no, these are not like, you know what I'm saying? And not saying that these last few books are not like, because I feel like I'm at another level. I feel like every so often, like when I'm writing, I'm on a certain level, and then every so often I take a jump. And I do feel like I took a jump, but I think the jump is more subject matter than anything else. But the conversation we was having, I'm trying to explain to him, I'm like, bro, if you go back in the books, these same subjects that I'm discussing I've been trying to get into these subjects for like, they in mad different books. So he like, nah, you ain't never mentioned none of these subjects before, blah, 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 blah. So the trigonometry book takes us back to 2023. Now, when you look at the release date, the release in the book says 2024, right? But that's because they didn't release from Amazon. I wrote these books while I sent them to Amazon at the end of December 2023. They came out in January, right? Rough Ash Law, Trigonometry, and the Legend of Wouldve, right? But if you go to page 75, right? If you go to page 75, matter of fact, is there anybody in the chat? Does anybody in the chat have this book? I see we got a couple of people. Does anybody in the chat have the trigonometry book? No. This is not necessarily about trigonometry. This is just about subject. Okay. Anybody besides, no, just kidding. Tika, what are we discussing on page 75 in the trigonometry book? Can you just open up your trigonometry book? Open up your trigonometry book and just type in the chat. Let me see what I'm live. Right. Did you do it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm coming. I'm with you. This is not going to be long. Give me 5 minutes. Do you have it? Oh, you don't have it on you. It's to the car. Okay. All right. All right. Let me show y'all what's on page 75. I'm really not even showing y'all. I'm really showing him because he'll see this video at some point. You see that right there? No, you good. You good. Right? You see that right there? This is page 75. Right? So this same thing with the standing wave and like this in the trigonometry book. Now let's go to page 80. You would have lost your money. Look what's on page 80. What that word say right there? Logos. So these subjects didn't come about based on no debate. These subjects didn't come about, but all this stuff already been in the books. So you would have lost your money, but because I love you, I'm just sending you to a book. So if you don't have the trigonometry book, go get the trigonometry book. If you do have the trigonometry book, pull out your trigonometry book and read your trigonometry book. Yeah, because we touched them lightly. Now, we didn't go deep into the subjects. That's why there is 4 books now. But I've been sprinkling and planting the seed of certain subjects and ideas for a while. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting to build up, the understanding, so that way when we do jump in, as we have now, it would make sense. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, it's not new. No. Me and one of my bros, we was having an argument. I'm getting ready to shut this down. I'm getting off here. I just had to show something real quick. Now he was saying basically these my last few books is the best books ever of all time that I wrote. And I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that. So we start going back and forth. And he like, well, you ain't never mentioned standing waves and blah, blah, blah. This is all brand new. And I'm like, nah, not at all. I mean, I've been, like we deep diving at this point. So the deep dive is new, but like I've been, you know what I'm saying, mentioning these things in multiple books already. So I was just pulling out the trigonometry book as proof. Like, no. Page 75, page 80. And I could find more books if I spent more time going through the books. But the trigonometry book was just like enough to be like, because he was like, yeah, I bet you any amount of money you ain't got this in no books. I'm like, bro, how you gonna bet me about what's in my books? You gonna lose your money. You gonna lose your money. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, the standing wave is on page 75 in the trigonometry book, right? The standing wave is on page 75 in the trigonometry book. And actually, there's some stuff in the trigonometry book that I haven't even deep dived into yet. You know what I'm saying? That's still in route, like, because the trigonometry book is super heavy. And when we dropped the trigonometry book, I was telling folks that the stuff that's in the trigonometry book, we're going to be building on for the next few years. And we just getting to that point now where we're going back building on some of the stuff that I was saying, where we just deep diving into it though. But think about it. The name of the trigonometry book is what you probably can't see, but right here above trigonometry, it says Seshat's Book of Trigonometry, right? That's Seshat's book. So when y'all see the videos with Jehudi as the baboon and the his wife with the leopard outfit, you know what I'm saying? That's Seshat. Back in Kemet, Seshat didn't have an animal form. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't depicted, you know, like a lot of the gods have an animal, you know, like Aset and Neph, you know, they all got some sort of animal something. You know what I'm saying? Even Osiris, he got the plants, but then he's also the bee. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got something going on. She didn't have none going on. She just has the leopard. So Seshat is basically showing like the emergence of the human from the animal mind. So it's mental what her communication is. But I'm just saying, in all these videos, I'm showing Seshat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm showing her. A lot of people like, oh, he got a black woman with a monkey. No, it's Seshat and Jehudi. And I'm showing them giving birth to a book and raising a book like they giving birth to wisdom. You know what I'm saying? But this is Seshat's book. So I'm just getting around to really, you know what I'm saying? Way before it, even in the books before Amazon. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Rolling through the sand like a thought in disguise. The scarab spins truth where the cosmos collide. Energy whispers, it never says goodbye. The Beatles crawl, the Beatles rise.
Go to AmericanHealer.website now. Get the tools for health and inspiration the way God intended.
Sort of burst the chaos, yet the chaos rise. My name Beatles, 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 over and over. Spinning the world in the grip of their shoulders. Beatles, 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 under and over. Rolling through time till the blackness is sober. The heat fades lower, the order begins. The stillness so
Go to AmericanHealer.website now. Get the tools for health and inspiration the way God intended.